So, in coming over to Macau, I think has been our highlight. Macau is so generous in hospitality. Your young musicians play with enthusiasm and style, which has a lot to do with your training. And it was good repertoire, they perform well, and having the combined items was pure excitement. So thank you ever so much.
This is my pleasure. And once again, I would like to congratulate your wonderful performance. And thank you for bringing us a whole British repertoire,
Yes.
so that we can hear a very wonderful concert on last night.
Possibly slightly selfish of us, but we are so keen that British repertoire is heard universally and internationally. And it's one of my missions to encourage British composers, to encourage awareness of British pieces around the world. Each year I go to the Midwest Conference in Chicago and try and promote the best of British there. So to come out to here, to Macau, and tomorrow in Hong Kong, I hope that people will listen to the sounds that we make and think, there's something there I quite enjoy. Do you have many composers from this region who you perform?
Not actually, But I have a few more questions for you. I would like to know how the young people in UK, how they start to learn wind instrument.
They learn mostly from the age of 11 upwards, and they will learn in small groups of 2, 4, so 4 clarinets, 3 flutes, and they will have lessons in the school day. They will come out of their class lessons and have their instrumental music lessons. When they are proficient enough, they will then join one of the local groups, wind ensembles, string ensembles, which meet once a week in the evenings or Saturday mornings, and they rehearse in those, and we have a tiered system. They come in at beginner level, elementary level, intermediate, more advanced. And so that as they progress technically, musically, they move up, and so that the repertoire gets more demanding.
But is it easy for them to join a wind band?
Straightforward, yes. The individual schools very rarely have wind bands. It's nearly always done by an area, a number of schools coming together. We call those music centres.
Yeah. Something like community band?
Yes, yes. But community band in the UK does mean open access, and it means any age. For a young person, they would be in their youth bands at whatever level, up to the age of 18 or maybe 21.
And I know that for the brass band in UK is quite popular.
Of course, we started the brass band movement back at the end of the 19th century, in the Victorian era, when brass bands were created for the workers as a social outlet. Brass band movement is very competitive in England, and we still have the league system, Premier League, and second division, third division. But in wind bands, that is far more recent, really only over the last 20, 30, 40 years, that we've had an increase in wind bands, less competitive. We have a national concert band festival, which I direct, and that gives opportunities for bands to perform quality repertoire and have an adjudication without ever feeling that they're first, second or third. So there are opportunities to play, they are there. Maybe more young people should be involved.
And are there a lot of band festival or some competition during the whole year?
Not so much for wind bands, more for brass bands, but we are creating more wind band festivals around the country, opening up more areas, more regions, so that local bands can come together and perform once a year, and then the best ones, the ones who perform at the highest standard, go on to a national festival where they meet other musicians, hear other musicians.
What do you think about the tour this time in Macau?
I think it's most fantastic. We started out in Hong Kong, but we are enjoying Macau so much and we've only seen such a little of it. It would be absolutely brilliant to spend more time to get to know you, to get to know the culture, to do more exchange with your students at whatever level, at school, university level, and feel part of the whole area, because it's full of tradition, but it's exciting, exhilarating.
And I hope the Birmingham Symphonic Winds will come again in the near future.
We would love to come in the future, but we want you to come over to England.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, thank you again.
Thank you.